Hello, I am Dr. Saurabh Patwardhan. I am going to discuss an interesting case of toric IL. 58-year-old female patient presented to us with left eye dense mature cataract with vision of hand movements. Her autokeratometry showed significant amount of astigmatism in the left eye. This was again confirmed on IL-master readings, which showed there was a steep axis at 64 degrees with cylinder of around 4.24. When asked, she told that the left eye has always been the weaker eye. That is because her right eye had very minimal astigmatism. So we thought this eye could be amblyopic. We explained the same to the patient. We repeated topography, which again showed the steep axis to be around 60 degrees, which was within 5 degrees of the axis as measured on IL-master. So after counseling the patient, we decided to go ahead with toric IOL. We fed all these measurements on the online calculator. I was planning to have her on the myopic side because this was her non-dominant eye. So I selected the spherical equivalent residual refraction to be around minus 0.42, and we decided to go ahead with 20 diopter plus 5.5 cylinder IOL. The surgery was uneventful and I was expecting good visual outcome provided that there was no dense amblyopia. She came 1 week post-operatively. Her unaided vision was less than 6/60 and she said she was expecting this after the surgery, but we are not very happy. I went ahead with refraction and refraction showed that she was accepting almost 7 diopter cylinder with vision improving to 6/9, while the objective refraction showed almost 9 diopter cylinder at 157 degrees. So what happened? What should I do next? So I decided to go for these websites. There are quite a few websites which can help you in the refractive surprises post toric IOLs. I decided to go with www.assort.com. With this analysis, I entered all the pre-operative data that we had, the IOL which was selected, the pre-operative keratometry values, axial length of the patient, and then in the IOL rotation analysis, it asked for the actual IOL axis, at what axis the lens is sitting at present. So I dilated the patient, checked for the axis, and to my surprise it was at 160 degrees. So I entered that data and it gave a diagrammatic representation of the final IOL axis, which has to be rotated to that axis to have minimal astigmatism, which showed that the final the IOL axis should be at 65 degrees. So I have to rotate this lens counterclockwise by 85 degrees. So this is how the toric analysis looks like. At present the lens is at 160 degrees, which is giving rise to 9 diopter cylinder. When it rotates back to 65 degrees, we will get closer to 1 diopter cylinder. That is what we are expecting. Now what really went wrong? The IOL calculation sheet that was provided by the company clearly noted that the IOL axis has to be at 63, but it was a manual error to read the chart and I placed the axis at 163 instead. So this was the whole problem in this particular case, where I made an error in reading the chart properly. We went ahead with the rotation of the IOL, and the post-operative refraction was showing just 0.5 diopter cylinder, and patient was really happy. So in case of wrong orientation of toric IOL, it is possible to calculate the correct rotation of the IOL using the available calculated.